another equivalent tower on top.
Unfortunately, I will never accept that. I'll always accept what the actual
Of
experts
course.
said for themselves. They're the
Of
ones.
course, yeah.
Carry on
Hey, yo,
anyway.
you know,
Someone's trying to get in.
yeah, I was trying to get in because, Steel City, I'm just curious. Are you trying to justify saying that planes took down the towers by that article?
Jim brought up a point. I brought up a paper that talks about his claim. So
Well,
that's what
real quick,
that's what I was doing.
fair enough. Are you familiar? Like, what's so interesting though is like that's what's so cool with this whole. There's like a disclosure happening. It's like the Politico report about the Hunter Biden laptop, right? So like they printed a thing through Politico and then cited the Politico report as evidence for what they were doing. So like these engineers, like they pay an engineer to come out and say, "Oh yeah, it's totally possible," and then everyone jumps on it and backs it up. But like everybody knows, common sense wise, like no fucking planes were bringing down those towers, man. Like anyone, like that's just ridiculous, dude. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's like it's like and like all I'm saying is that
Exactly.
I'm pointing to the Politico thing because it's just come out, but it's like this group USAID has paid reporters to make reports that then the agencies jump on as evidence for what they're talking about, which is like so it's so glorious that it's being exposed. But I think like if you're gonna go look past your better judgment that a couple of planes took down those towers and Building 7, that's wild, dude.
Well, I'm not sure anyone claims a building took down a plane took down Building 7. So
Well, are you like? I
Yeah,
mean,
the point is, right, ladies and gentlemen, hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen, the idea that they try to shame you for not reading a report is a joke, isn't it? Because everybody has the right to follow their own nose whilst they're doing their own investigation. And I'm quoting the experts. When an organization known as the American Society of Civil Engineers, that's meant to have the architects and engineers back, the safety net is supporting the government, and then you hear the engineers suing them, you know something's wrong. So whatever paper that guy's got, I am not interested in at all. That's going to be fraudulent, 100%. Okay, don't waste my time, silly man. Shove that paper up your ass, and I hope your ass bleeds whilst it's happening. Fool.
I posted the paper that was cited by AE 911 in their article.
I'm not interested, buddy. Shove it up your ass, and I hope your ass bleeds whilst it's being shoved up there. Thank you.
You don't understand what I'm saying, do you, Jim? AE 911 cited the source, and I posted that source. The source for the AE 911 claim is the paper that I posted. That's what
Yeah,
they
for
relied
me, we're
upon.
talking
In,
about the AE and 9/11 and the documentary called the New Pearl Harbor, which is 5 hours long. It's all mentioned in there, the structural integrity, because I didn't make it up. Do you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? That's the thing. And that's what they stated, that each floor was only supporting 30% of its maximum load, which meant that they could pile up four of these building number sevens, for example, and the bottom one wouldn't collapse. Such was the structural integrity. That's what they've said. And I'm going to hang on to every word like that because I do understand engineering and metal and construction. I understand all that. So whatever that paper's saying, I'm not interested. Sorry. No good for me. Thank you. Bye. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, ladies and gentlemen, 9/11 was an inside job, without a doubt.
well,
Smoking
it's
guns
interesting.
everywhere.
The paper says like they didn't expect the fires, and that the fires are what caught the engineers off guard. And in this simulation,
That's
it like
rubbish. Yeah.
hold on.
Excuse
Well,
me.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, to look at the paper. You know what I mean? Like, it's from what I gather, I didn't read it all, but like, seems like there's like it's talking about they didn't expect the fires to be able to bring the like the fires is what
Yeah.
is the X factor that allows them to say that that's what made the buildings crumble. The problem
Yeah, but it's impossible.
the
It's impossible
problem with
because
that the problem with
yeah,
that is that there's
yeah.
so much footage of buildings built less integrity than the trade center withstanding fires. So there's so many buildings that have been on fire that are not as structurally sound as the World Trade Center was, and they
Right.
lasted for like 8 hours in fires burning over
12
them.
hours, 12 hours, 18 hours even. 18 hours. Yeah, it's all in the documentaries that I posted. And they show you the buildings after being rebuilt in full occupancy. That's the point we're saying. Never in the history of skyscraper buildings have they ever collapsed. That's fireproofed, proper standard skyscrapers have never collapsed. That's why they use steel, you see.
Also,
Right,
what are
ladies
your
and gentlemen?
Steel City? What's your idea on the architects for and engineers for 9/11 Truth too? Because there's like a whole nother group of engineers, just like there was with COVID. There's a whole group of doctors that didn't agree that fucking mRNA vaccines were healthy for people, and they were shunned. And then all these engineers are like the equivalent of doctors who were saying that, mRNA isn't good for people. Like they were banished before we even had, this upswing and uptick of awakening. It's kind of weird. So like, I'm just curious, like the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, do they hold weight in your opinion?
Well, yeah, they
He
do
might be
when
on.
it.
He might be on a call. He might be on a call though.
Yeah, it might be on a call, yeah, but they do when it suits the trying to debunk a certain thing that I said, which is in the documentary which I've posted on the server. It's there, so I'm not running anywhere. You'll hear the words come out of the architect's engineer's own mouth. So that's what I mean. I'm going to be dealing with the man who uses the spanners and the tools. You know what I mean? Because we know that at this point there's organisations that's meant to be supporting the architects. They're not. They're supporting the government side, which is why they're getting sued now. Okay, they're being sued. The American Society for Civil Engineers, okay, they are being sued. The architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth and the plaintiffs and everyone else because
Also,
they're
too,
not they're not supporting.
if you look
Yeah,
at the guys who wrote the official 9/11 report, they talk
right.
about, like, if you ever watch an interview with those guys who were running the official story, they said they were dealt
Yes,
with nothing but stonewall from the government.
there you
So the
are.
whole document was like a nightmare to produce because the government wouldn't give them information. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's kind of wild. Like, I mean, I am so thankful that I think 9/11 will get exposed, and I think
it's getting
all these
exposed.
people.
Yeah.
But it's like all these. It's like any of it. They're always going to try to claim a victory out of a loss. It's like so weird.
Yes, that is weird in itself. Yeah, but at the moment, 97% of the of the those who lost their loved ones took the government money. Okay, so that means that they can't pursue for justice now. That's 97% took the money, and the lowest that a recipient got was $250,000. That person was like a janitor, and the most that a recipient got at the higher level was $7 million, and that person was like a police officer slash you got firefighters and that they get that kind of money. That's how they worked that out. But the 3% remaining didn't want the government blood money. They said because they wanted to know exactly how their loved ones died because the explanation wasn't satisfactory. And this is where the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, with the plaintiffs and their legal team, have been pursuing for the last 15 years, year on year. Okay,
Hey, yo, on a
there you are.
on a different note, I came in earlier when you guys
Yeah.
were heated or whatever. Have you guys been seeing, like, is anyone seeing any chemtrails in the sky? Because I've heard they shut down the program when they shut down the U.S. aid. I'm wondering if anyone's seeing chemtrails still.
I never saw any in Japan here, so I don't know. Well, anyone else, but I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any for all the while that this thing has been going on. I have looked into it, studied it, but I haven't seen. Other Japanese people have seen, though they've said, but I have not myself.
Well, in the U.S., we get fucking bombarded with them. So I mean, like, we see them. I've been seeing them every day for the last fucking 20 years. I'm just curious if, like, because I heard, like, it seems to be that Trump has killed that whole program, and they're not fucking spraying the shit anymore because he killed all their funding, which is interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Can we not put it down to Trump because Trump is not doing anything. This is the plan. Remember,
No, man,
Trump
you're
is not his
lost if you
own
think
man.
that.
Make
Trump is the vehicle to get it
No, no,
done.
I'm not lost at all. I know there's a look. There's a hidden government. Trump is a puppet. Don't be silly. If you're trying to offer me up as Trump is somebody that's going to save the world, that's absolute
Yeah, he
bullshit.
is actually. He's doing a
No,
great
he's
job right
not.
now.
No, he's not. No, he's
Yeah, well,
not. No, he is not.
Yeah,
Keep
I hope,
watching.
I hope
You're
that
going to be
even for
laughing
all
on
the
the other side
people,
of your head.
for all the people that hate Trump, I hope you have a glorious life because of Trump.
Issa,
Look,
you
Trump is not
are
my. Yeah.
setting
Yeah, go
yourself
on.
up for so much disappointment.
No,
Not,
hardly.
yeah, well said, well said, well said, that man. You are. You're setting yourself up for so much disappointment. Really. You know?
No, I'm pretty fucking content right now. So when the
No,
disappointment kicks in, let me
my
know when I
life
should
is
be
glorious.
disappointed. Let me know when I
Nigga,
should
you
be
just tried
disappointed
to
then.
sit here and tell me. You just literally tried to sit here and tell the conspiracy community. This is how hard you're dick riding on Trump. No offense. This is how hard you're dick riding him, though. Nigga, you just tried to sit here and tell the conspiracy community
Nigga,
that
call me Stormy Daniels, bro. Call me Stormy Daniels.
Trump magically ended chemtrails inadvertently. That's just how good he is. After all these years, all the years of it, Trump magically ended it with the fart of his magic wand. Like, no, he didn't.
I mean, if that's how immature you're going to talk about it, then whatever you. I mean, let me know when I'm supposed to be disappointed. Let me know.
I mean, if in your mind Trump magically ended all of it, then there's no helping you. I mean, you
I'm
drained
sorry.
already.
Are you not? Well, I'm just saying, has he not ended U.S. aid and exposed a bunch of fucking corruption within it?
No,
He hasn't. Yeah. Well, I guess
No,
he hasn't.
no,
He
he
hasn't
hasn't. He hasn't
destroyed
done
U.S.
anything.
aid,
He hasn't done
but
anything that's going to better any human being at the moment. He's
you just you guys are born
done nick
losers. That's all.
squat. In fact, he's harassing the Palestinians in Israel. Israel, Palestine. He's harassing. That's what he's doing at
Actually,
the moment,
what's
and
interesting is
harassing
he's talking
Greenland,
about.
harassing
What's interesting is
Greenland as
he's
well.
he's talking about going into Gaza and taking it over from Israel too, which is kind of
Exactly.
yeah,
interesting. Yeah, it's kind of
which
interesting.
which is not contrary to anything that we've been talking about Trump doing now for quite some time. And he's literally talking about finalizing the Jewish plan, which is to export the Palestinians into first world nations that will accept them so that they can have their better way of life, which is straight out of Trump's speech. And then America goes in and develops it and turns Jerusalem into the multicultural national center of the world, which is exactly what they're talking about, which is the whole Jewish plan. And so everything that comes out of Trump's mouth that you're all like, oh, he's great. Oh, he's so great. It's like, it's literally the Jewish plan verbatim, but because Trump did it, it's great.
No,
All right.
he's just moving under the cover of all this shit. I think he's going to end up taking down Israel,
Cover.
and I think
Yeah, right.
and I think it's all good. Did you guys just can't read between the lines? It's all good.
Taking down Israel.
Yeah, you
I
don't
can't read
understand it.
between the lines. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know when I'm supposed to be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, because what I'm saying is all I'm seeing is fucking conspiracy win after conspiracy win. So I don't understand like the negativity towards Trump. I just don't get it.
Because he couldn't be more an establishment person, could he? Really?
Fuck Trojan horse, right?
Yes, Trojan horse.
Why didn't he declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, he's about to actually when Cash Patel gets in. In fact, there was just a congresswoman that put in the fucking order from for Congress for Patel to follow. So that's coming too. So we'll see.
What it
Look
looks
at all
like
the
is
other
these
ones.
people, it looks like they have a whole new system and plan and they want to move to it. But what they need to do is socially engineer you to lose faith in the current system in favor of this new system that's like Elon Musk's going to roll out for you. That's freedom. And when it's not really going to be like that at all. This current system is their system. The new system is their system. And what me and everyone else wants is a decent fucking life, some freedom. And we're not going to get that because they're playing order out of chaos and giving us the solution they've always had in the first place.
Exactly. And you're focusing, Issa, you're focusing on all the good things Trump's doing, but this is part of the Hegelian dialectic, bro. Like they get you
Yeah,
to believe in him. Because now this is literally the Hegelian dialectic, bro. You got the thesis, right? You got the action provokes reaction, which leads to desired solution. Bro, in the narrative, yo, he's the hero. He's the protagonist in the play, bro. Right? He's Jesus Christ. He's the savior, right? He's the golden dawn, bro. Right? You're falling into the hand, bro. That's exactly what they want you to think.
I'll pimp slap the shit out of
okay.
him.
Let me know when I'm supposed to be disappointed.
Well, I mean, this is all hypothetical, right? So we don't know for sure. And for all we know, Esau, I mean, it could be right. Trump could be the good guy or whatever. We just want to be careful, So
Well, I mean, here's the other side of it. I've talked about
No,
it.
Trump is no good guy.
Yeah, okay. Go back to MSNBC. So fucking so like, all I'm saying is that to do with cooperative federalism, right? Like if we understand cooperative federalism, okay, then we know that the executive branch and the federal government, we know the distinction of powers of separation of church and state from federal governments and all that kind of shit. There's no authority for Trump in particular states. So we're all like, if you're aware of fucking cooperative federalism, you know that. So Trump's not anyone's savior, but he's going to implement policies that have been strangulating all of the economy. And if we can have economic freedom, then we can have, and if we have personal choice, like I said before, just because somebody wants to put Neuralink in their head doesn't mean that, I have to. And like, that's what matters. And like, granted, like I can see the Hegelian dialectic, like force everyone to fight against, the obvious, you know what I mean? I.e. like women in sports and shit. But at the same time, like, there's also a weird group of people that really are trying to destroy our country by having us fund all this shit. And I just see this like collectively for our country. Like for instance, like everyone talks about America's like race relations as though we're bad. We're the best country in the world when it comes to race relations, to be honest. And we're like the best like beacon of fucking freedom with shit like freedom of speech, right to own firearms, and all this shit. And it's so refreshing to have some policymaker that is actually gonna fucking possibly limit government effect on the states, limit government effect on the individuals. And I'm here for it, and getting rid of fluoride and like, changing the FDA. Now, if they're gonna run plans and do shit in Israel and economic, like I don't understand. I don't live in those regions. I don't know. But if it's gonna get better for us here, that's better, man. Like, and if we're not gonna be forced to fucking have like medical procedures or fucking any of that, and we're gonna let people explore them on their own, but they're not gonna force it on anyone else like the other party was doing, then that's better for us. Like,
Well,
that's
the
just
other
it makes
party,
everything better.
talk about the fluoride. It wasn't Trump's party that's done that. That was Biden's party that's managed to, and it wasn't even Biden. It was the people in the end bringing out all the negatives about fluoride being in the water that they had to do something in the end because the public's finally the cat's out of the bag basically. So they had to do something.
So look, if you look at the chat, bro, it's all in there, bro. And I've talked about this before, bro. And I know Issa, you're like, I don't know, bro. You're just not receptive to it, dude. But like, you have a clear polarization in America right now of left and right, right? It's unbelievably polarized. It's probably America's probably hasn't been this divided since the Civil War. It's by design, dude. Right? This is part of the programming. This is why you're so like obsessed with him because he's obviously he looks like a hero, dude. I get it, bro. He's done all the good in 2 weeks alone, dude. I have a whole list of good things he's done. Right? You want me to? Here, I'll read them out for you, bro. Just so you think I'm not biased, bro. So, nah, because this is the thing, bro. Like he's done a lot of good things, bro. And I gotta admit, like in 2 weeks, Mexico caved, Panama caved, Colombia caved, Venezuela caved, Canada's panicking. They also caved. Mass deportations, hostages are home. DEI programs ended. The whole gender neutral bullshit, right? Gender fluid, homosexuality, all that stuff.
No
Trump's
more
ending
women.
all that.
No
He's
more men
slashing
and
all
women's
that,
sports.
right?
No more
Right?
men and women's sports.
Bureaucracy slashed. FBI purges are underway. USAID funding canceled. The
No
USDA
chemtrails.
inspector, got fired. She refused to leave her office, dude. She had to get forcefully removed. Gender ideologies being eliminated. Dodge already saved billions. 51 intel agents lost clearance. Border crossings dropped by 93%. Reservoirs filled permanently. They have an unlimited amount of water now in California. First time in history they have an unlimited amount of water. And that's just in 2 weeks, right? But the thing is, you're focusing on all the good things, right? And I agree, he's done a lot of good things, but it's by design, dude. If you look at the chart, dude, you have the narrative, and you have the counter narrative, right? The narrative, you have conventional medicine, widely accepted, pro-vax, mandates work, mainstream media is truthful, or is the truth, history is accurate, pro Joe Biden, government knows best, trust the science, blue-pilled, right? The other side, this is by design. You have the counter narrative. You got the non-conventional medicine, like Joe Rogan was talking about the shit that he was taking. What's that medicine he was taking? Ivermectin,
Ivermectin.
and what's the other shit?
See, that's what's interesting. This is what's interesting with the whole setup.
Hydroxychloroquine. Hold on, hydroxychloroquine. But this type of medicine is still funded by like you
Okay,
actually find out that hold on, dude. I'm almost done. So you think it's non-conventional medicine, but it's actually not, bro. It's not. You got the conspiracies, right? The conspiracy tards. You got the anti-vax. Mandates don't work. Alternative yet sponsored medicine like ivermectin. News gives truth.
Okay,
Let's
let
go,
me ask you a
Brandon.
question. Let me ask you a
Government
question.
doesn't know best.
Oh
That
my God,
science is
Ryan.
dogma,
Ryan,
and
it's been a while,
this is
dude.
the red pill. No, this
Have a
is the red pill.
conversation with us.
I'm almost done, dude. So if you look at the chart, you have the Great Awakening, and then you have the Great Reset. The Great Reset is depicted as this dystopian future where we're all turned into like cyborgs or like robots, and there's no gender, right? And then the other side is like the Great Awakening, the Golden Dawn that Trump's gonna bring, this new era of Aquarius, and everybody's gonna be happy. Americana's gonna be at an all-time high, right? This is Hegelian dialectic, bro, right? You have a compromisation on both sides, right? So it's not going to be completely dystopian, and it's not going to be this great new
Hey,
world
do you do the same shit when you get a raise at work? Like, are you like,
bro,
they're just giving me more money? So I can
bro.
fucking pay it to
You
the
had to
government
listen, bro.
because
You had
everything's fucking horrible.
dog. You talk so much, bro, for hours, literally for
Talk with
hours
me,
sometimes.
dude. I talk
But
with
hold on, dude.
people now.
I'm almost done, dude. This is the last thing. If you look at the chart, dude, I'm going through what I posted in the chat, and I'm literally at the end.
2015 needs
So
the arguments back, bro.
you have the thesis. This is the initial idea or proposition. It represents an original statement or argument, and then you have the antithesis. This is the counter argument or opposition to the thesis. It presents a contrasting or conflicting idea to the thesis. Now, this is what Trump's going to do. Trump is actually what he's going to do. He's going to compromise both sides. There's going to be compromisation. This is a synthesis. This is what the goal is ultimately you're going to have a synthesis of both sides. This is the resolution or integration of the thesis and the antithesis. It involves reconciling the differences between the two opposing ideas to form a new, more comprehensive understanding or proposition. The synthesis brings elements of both together into a new perspective, a new reality. This triad process is often associated with dialectical reasoning. Go ahead.
Well, my point is, do you think that that's a natural thing, like nature does that? Or do you think that's just a complete Illuminati invention?
It's a combination, right, of the principalities in the world. It's all by design, right? There's higher powers. It's not just people.
Hold on. When you talk to your old lady or you talk to somebody you care about, when you have differing opinions on something, don't you usually come to a compromise? Is that a Hegelian dialectic?
No.
It's not a Hegelian. What do you mean? Because
No.
like you have one party that wants one thing, another party that wants another thing, and then you come to a compromise.
Yes,
Let me ask you a question. Did that happen first, or did fucking Marx happen first, or Hegel?
Well,
here's the
thing
difference.
is, the thing is, this is how you get movement. This is how you get change, right?
Oh, politics,
this
bro.
is literally it's order out of chaos. You need the polarization, right? And then through the polarization, you get a compromisation. Right. And the compromisation is what you have to focus on, because what Trump is doing, right, he's going to end up synthesizing both sides. So you're going to have he's going to make both people happy. And this is part of the movement. This is how you get change done.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm here for it, bro. Like, it's okay, because like it's not gonna have like it's not gonna wedge me into a specific, like I'm not gonna be forced to do anything, which is the point. Is that we've had one side that wants to force the other side, and then you have the other side that says no. You have constitutional protections. Now, I just want to ask a question for everyone who's so fucking smart and brave. Is fucking what is the significance of Trump introducing ivermectin to the conversation during the COVID lockdowns? Can somebody explain to me why that mattered? No?
I already told you, dude.
Hold on. No. I asked a specific question. Like, what was the purpose of introducing ivermectin to the conversation? Let's read between the fucking lines. What was the purpose of Trump introducing the idea of ivermectin when they were trying to force everyone to take a vaccine? Does anyone know why that was so fucking important?
Did anybody know why it was important for your dear leader to mandate vaccines? No, but you can explain.
Okay, do you understand the significance of why he talked about ivermectin?
I don't care about what he talked about. I just know
That's the problem. You don't care, and then you're going to come in here and say I'm some fucking accolade for Trump, but you don't know what you're fucking talking about. So let me explain real quick then.
Policy. I was in the middle of talking and you cut me off to straw man.
Rightfully so. Rightfully
To
so.
straw man. No, not to straw man. It's not rightfully so to cut somebody off to straw man their position. That's deceitful and
Oh,
dishonest.
you
It's
just
not
said that
rightfully
I'm
so to
following
cut
the
people
dear
off.
leader, dude. What's more of a straw man than you fucking trying to say that I'm following the dear leader?
You are. You're doing the same
I'm
thing for
making a
Trump that
fucking dude.
liberals do
I
for
asked a
Obama, bro.
specific. I asked you a specific question and you didn't have the answer, right?
I do have an answer. You cut me
No,
off.
you just
It's
said
too
I'm
late for me
following
to.
dear leader. What was the significance of introducing ivermectin at a time when the WHO wanted everyone for forced fucking mandated vaccines? What was the significance? Tell me.
It's to provide right the people another option, right, to give the illusion
And what does
that
that do?
he's opposing right the
And what does
evil
that
ones.
trigger legally? What does that trigger, dude? Legally, what does that trigger according to the Nuremberg Code?
I don't know what you're talking about. I
Okay,
understand the
exactly.
Nuremberg Code, but
Exactly. So what? Let me fucking drop it down. This is why it's like nobody reads between the fucking lines. So the point of introducing ivermectin at the time when WHO was trying to force everyone to take a vaccine, right, was that it now makes the fucking what the WHO did a Nuremberg violation because there was an alternative at the time that they were trying to implement forced vaccinations, which makes it a violation of the fucking Nuremberg Code, which makes it them legally liable because it was in the news that Trump said that there's this shit called ivermectin, meaning that there was an alternative to the forced vaccines, which makes everything that they did criminal.
dude,
It's gorgeous. I don't know.
real
I mean, I
quick.
know you guys
So I
can't
have a
believe you're winning,
hold
but
on, Issa. I have a actual a teacher of mine who happens to be an attorney and also a doctor in philosophy. And I've been known about this dude. If you go back to 2021, I have here I actually shared this information on Facebook. And
I
that
was
quote it
surprised
says
you
to
didn't
hold
answer,
on
actually.
real
I don't want
quick
to hear
to
about
this
your
very
fucking
to hold
fucking
on to
facts.
this very day the vaccine remains as experimental use gene therapy under emergency authorization and has not been normally approved by the FDA. Anyone who mandates the vaccine is in violation of one, UNESCO Universal Declaration on Bioethics and Human Rights, two, the 1947 Nuremberg Code, three, the Geneva Convention and the Hague Convention protecting human rights, and four, the UN Declaration of Human Rights. Any attempt for companies or governments to force its populations to take the jab is in fact medical tyranny and are engaged in the same behavior that the United States prosecuted Nazi Germany for following World War II when doctors, journalists, and military leaders were put to death for crimes against humanity. Corporations are committing crimes against humanity for mandating experimental therapy as a condition of you being able to remain employed, which of course is going to leave only the masked and only the jabbed employed. Dude, I've been knowing about this, so you act like you're the only one that has this knowledge, bro. I hear I posted. You think
Yeah,
I'm lying
and
to you?
also,
I'll
hang on, and
screenshot it.
also Donald Trump got the COVID. Donald Trump got COVID twice, didn't he? Apparently, did he not tell you that he got COVID twice, regardless of the medicine? Didn't work, did it?
Actually, I can't post this because yeah, I won't post it, but
Well, yeah, Lion, that's kind of what
I'll
I was
post it for a
referring to.
second,
Like,
then delete it. Right?
yeah, no. And that's why I thought you would actually, I was expecting you to chime in when I asked the question because I've known that you knew that. But my point being is that, like, these are just policy wins for those of us who don't want to be told that we have to force the vaccine. And we want to fucking see these bitches hang for what they've done over the years, man. This is fucking dope. I don't know if everyone's just going to turn around and say, wow, Trump's in bed with these guys and he's going to whatever. I mean, I understand the skepticism. But we just keep fucking catching wins, man. And I'm just saying, like, I'm amped for it. I'm not saying Trump's a savior. I'm saying, like, and I've never said that. In fact, I've always taught about cooperative federalism because that's the way through, because the individual has the most supremacy on the land. It's just that with an executive branch trying to destroy us for the last fucking
Yeah, that's
100,
what I mean.
200
You
years.
keep doing that, though. You keep doing that. You're putting him
Oh,
up
do
like the
what?
savior, though. He's
I'm
not
not
the.
doing,
He's
no,
not.
no, it's
Hang
a
on.
matter,
He is not the leader.
dude, you guys are just born to fail.
My
That's
point
all.
out now, please. He is not the leader of the free world because, again, I can't get my words out. I get a few words out. And you mute your ass, man, and listen. Right? He is not the leader of the free world because the world is not free. We're all under tyranny here. Okay? So he's a fuck.
I mean, you can't. What is it? What's the line? Like, you can't free a slave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because of the mental chains. we're so addicted to being slaves that you're just never going to see a win for yourself. Is how I see it, man. It's the I don't know. I
I
don't
see a
live
win
like
for
that.
myself. I see a win for myself because I'm not following Trump. I'm not following the system. That's my freedom, you see. What I'm telling you is that Trump will never ever be the leader of the free world, as the world is not free. We know that. So,
Right, you're
and
under
your
mental
country is the
slavery.
worst country on
You'll
earth.
never be, Jin. You're never going to be
No,
free,
I'm
right?
not. I'm not under mental slavery. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're
You
under
just said
mental
you're.
slavery.
You
You're the
just
one
said you're
that's on
not
that, not
free,
me.
right? Hold on, you're not free.
The whole world is not. Yeah, the whole world is not free. That's correct. That's correct. You
Yeah, I
show
know.
me
We're not trying to
freedom,
fix the whole world. We're
and then
trying
I'll
to
say,
fix the
yeah,
United
okay.
States. Yeah, we're trying to fix the
Well, the
United
United
States.
States is no one's free in the United States. There is no freedom in the United States. No freedom at all. That's a myth.
You're
They're not
retarded.
using the Constitution at the moment. Not free there at all. Don't be silly. That's the worst prison on earth. Here. Let's get
Yeah, I
this
know
straight
about
right now, man. Your country's toilet.
By the way,
Clean
Jen,
the fucking
I just
toilet.
want to say, bro, when I heard your voice earlier, dude, I was
That's
so
it.
relieved. Thank you for still being here, bro.
Why?
Nah, dude, everybody thought you were dead, dude. I don't know if you heard.
Who's
Probably
spreading
late.
rumors? Yeah,
Bro,
who's
we thought
spreading
you were dead.
rumors?
Jen, I really thought you were dead, dude.
Who's spreading that rumor? Why would you think that? Why? What happened? What did they say? How did it happen? How?
I don't know. A rumor shook the community, dude.
Oh.
Nah,
Seriously, bro.
I don't even know how that could have been. I don't know how that could have been. Who's spreading rumors? Yeah, someone
Oh,
spreading rumors.
I only had
But
it
I'm,
locked in my basement for one night, and y'all are already
I'm,
spreading
gonna,
rumors about
I'm
us.
gonna be watching my back just a little bit more than usual now, though. Now that you said that, that's only gonna make me be more aware of what's going on around me. If someone's spreading that kind of rumor, so I'll just keep my wits about me as of now. There you go. That's all it means. But I'm not gonna stop being noisy. That's a fact.
I was mourning, your soul, thinking that your soul was in the wicked chamber in Sheol. Seriously.
Yeah, no, man. I'm still here. Thank the Lord. All praises due to Allah. I'm still here. So only Allah knows when I'm gonna go. Nobody else.
The debt thing, the whole fucking this is like conspiracy.
But I was gonna wait for the verification though. I wasn't like crying or nothing like that. But I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no. I'm still here, but let's see what happens in the next few months. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just saying, hey, this is like conspiracy win after conspiracy win, man. Like, you know, um, and I think it's only going to get better. You know what I mean? I know everyone is like anti-Trump, but I just think it's interesting that he's like a political vehicle to get a lot of shit that people have been asking for to get done. You know. And like the whole discharge of debt thing, the whole fucking it's like built to go down like this. It's interesting. So, yeah, who wants to take the bet that Trump exposes 9/11 and Israel within 3 years? 5 push-ups.
Really, if you say that, then tell me what was in the declassified documents concerning JFK that he just recently released. Did it did
Actually,
it re- did it reveal the
yeah,
truth, or was it whitewashed documents?
I talked about how Israel had JFK over and they hid their nuclear program. It talks about that. Talks about I think a couple of those issues but I'm sure there's retracted or redacted shit, but at the same time, like it's going to be a slow roll. But I'm saying 5 push-ups. I say Israel will be exposed and 9/11 within 3 years.
Okay, so Trump, who is super pro-Israel, you think is going to betray Israel?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know you guys don't get it, but I'm 5 push-ups. What do you think?
No,
I
I
bet you
don't.
5 push-ups. I bet you 5 push-ups. You can't do 5 push-ups
Ah,
on camera right
Fuck,
now.
fuck your 5 push-ups. Fuck that. No, let's put 2 grand on it.
nah. No,
So
push-ups, man. It was like whenever I used to shoot pool, I used to play for push-ups. My old man taught me that. Y'all
ah,
punks. Because
put
because
put a
dickheads don't want to pay. Because after they lose, they don't want to pay. So you know what I mean. Then you got to beat them up or some shit to get your fucking money. So I don't play that money game. I'm playing
listen.
5 push-ups.
My name is not Jesse Path of Light. If I make a bet, I pay it. All right.
I don't know. Yeah, no, and I'm not making a bet for $2,000 on what politics are. But like, I'm just saying, like 5 push-ups is acceptable to me. But like, I'm just saying that I think within a matter of 3 years, I think just like Trump duped the fucking WHO to to show their hand as a bunch of Nuremberg fucking criminals. I think he's going to show that. I mean, he's going to show that Israel, has been doing nothing but divide and rule and fund Hamas and fucking the PLO and every anti-Israeli organization because they've always done that. The Irgun, the fucking Menachem Begin, like the history of Israel is fucking sick. And I think that it's gonna come to light that we've been spending all this money over there for them to fucking destroy the region so they can take it over. And they're terrified that the United States would step in as an agency that's not like, that's more concerned for the people. I think that there's a lot of founded fears on the idea. I do not like the idea that he's going to put people in first world countries from Palestine when that is their fucking land. But at the same time, like, I don't know if that's how it's going to play out. I think something trickier is gonna happen. I just think, even like with them whole, the QTAR drops, like, Israel will be last. Because he needed the Israeli vote to get into power. He needed it's diplomacy and politics. And if they're wrong, then they're gonna get exposed for being wrong. I think that'll happen. I'm amped, man. This is the first time we've had a president that's fucking going after these clowns. Like, I can't believe the whole fucking he got rid of John Brennan and all these other people that are literally the people have been screaming about for years. That's interesting. I mean, do you guys see CNN talking about Elon Musk's little crew in Doge? There's like a 19-year-old, and CNN is like deadpan on their fucking thing. They're like, yeah, he's got this kid who had the moniker online, Big Balls, and he's just did it. Fucking hilarious. That a bunch of fucking. I mean, I don't know, man. A bunch of internet kids are fucking gonna be storming through the data and finding where they fucked up, and they're gonna know about the USS Liberty, and they're gonna know about all that shit, and they're gonna be sick of it. This is the first time in history this has happened. That's why I'm so into this. This is like astrotheologically fucking planned or something, and I think life will get better for the little guy. I do believe that. I'm hoping on that. But yeah, I am asking though. Anyone seeing any chemtrails in the U.S.? Because I'm not seeing any. I'm hearing they might have killed that whole chemtrail program, which is kind of cool.
Is that what you're hearing? That's what you're hearing?
Yeah, well, I mean, like the people that I know, and like, no one's seeing any chemtrails anymore. And I'm telling you, man, like,